will do it.
That's it. It's been called
No
off.
time for fairy tales.
Body shot in round 3.
Tszyu has history to make. No Cinderella story tonight, Ben.
Hey, let's mute that. Might get me copyrighted. Let's talk about it. Round 3 stoppage of a fighter by the name of Stevie Spark, a 140-pounder, moving up to 154. Yes, oh shit, he's still down there on the ground. The body shot started to add up. Tszyu was walking through everything that he had. I guess the takeaway you can, or if you're going to have any gripes, is that Tszyu was taking some punches that he shouldn't have took, and a 140-pounder, you can't say rocked him, but gave him a little stinger in the first round. He really came out to fight. Showing respect there. He stepped in on short notice. If you don't know, Mixerafa pulled out of the fight in less than 2 weeks' notice, and he's on Australia and that whole oceanic territory shit list, especially since there's no lockdowns right now. But me and my colleague, Big J, are going to talk about that in our video after this fight. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Let's watch that knockout here. Boom, body shot. Body shot. There was one that came before that. And dropped him. I think those were the 2 body shots. There were 2 knockdowns in the fight. One was from the body shot. Well, both of them were from the body shot, but one ended up being a knockout. And it was that last one. So Tszyu is improving, but you have to match this up to the level of competition. Now, the punches that he took from Stevie Spark, he don't want to be taking them type of punches from Zerafa. But in my personal opinion, I don't think that fight's ever going to happen again. Maybe not until I don't see it ever happening again unless it's like something when the fighters are both close to retiring or some shit like that. He really shit the bed. Meaning Mixerafa. I'm not going to kick him while he's down, but it's like, bro, like none of it's adding up and people are not trying to hear it. So Tszyu is ranked number 1 by the WBO. Now, the commentators said that he's the number 1 contender for the WBO title. He is not. He still has to fight a title eliminator to be the number 1 contender. He is ranked number 1 by the WBO. When you're ranked number 1 by sanctioning body, unless normally it's the IBF, then that doesn't mean that you're in a mandatory. So if you don't know, the division that Tszyu is competing at is super welterweight, 154 pounds, or junior middleweight. The current champions there are Dremel Charlo, who Tszyu is targeting, WBC, WBA Super, and IBF in Ring Magazine 154-pound champion. He's going to be taking on Brian Castano, WBO 154-pound champion, July the 17th. In fact, later on today, in about 7 hours or so, Brian Castano and Dremel Charlo are having a virtual media call. And we're going to get
please have a round of applause for these 2 fighters? What do you say?
About
the end comes at 2 minutes and 22 seconds into round
Please
number 3.
take your time out, like the video,
your
subscribe.
Referee, the Rose Brad Vocali, calls a stop to this contest for your winner by TKO and still the WBO Global Super Welterweight Champion and Commonwealth Boxing Council Super Welterweight Champion. Fighting out of the blue corner, Tim the Soul Taker Tszyu!
So let's listen to his post-fight interview. Interesting, my colleague had talked to Ben Damon of Fox Sports and Main Events commentary team. He also, is heavily involved in getting the fights done over there for the platform. It's actually the video that we did last night, about 2 videos before this, where he was talking about that Tszyu and Jarrett Swift Hurd were in advanced talk. He used the word advanced talks. Oh, he's interviewing Tszyu right now. Let's turn it up.
I had fun in there, that's the main thing. And didn't go past 3, right?
3rd round.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
You didn't seem in the mood for the Rocky story or showing any mercy tonight. Did that all annoy you, that build-up?
Oh, look, it's all business. For myself, I've got one objective in my mind, and it's to take whoever possible out that's in front of me. That's quite simple. I've got all my respects to Stevie Sparks, came in. He's got a big career ahead of him. But, again, this is my ring, this is my division, and I'm here to stay.
What about the body shots that you produced? You happy with what you did? Was that the plan?
No, it wasn't actually. It was going to, but I thought wanted to take it a bit later. I wanted to get his hands up because his hands weren't going up straight away, so I wanted to lift him up and then finish it off. Luckily, it happened a bit earlier than expected.
There'll be people watching this fight around the world, in the United States in particular at the moment, with belts obviously being contested next week. There'll be people watching in Melbourne. There'll be people watching right around the globe. Any message for any of those viewing?
Yeah, well, look, there's Liam Smith, Kurbanov, and Danny Garcia. They're the three boys I'm going for. So if you're watching, boys, I'm coming for you.
Oh, shit. We got a lot to talk about.
A word on Tszyu Castle. You've come back here for the second time and it's been impeccable. How much have you enjoyed it?
No words needed. That's it right there. Thank you.
Congratulations, Tszyu.
Thank you, Ben.
First and foremost, how are you feeling? They were devastating shots.
Yeah, look, I just want to give a round of applause to Tim. He's a hell of a fighter, and thanks for the opportunity. And thank you, Newcastle. You guys are bloody amazing, so thank you, guys. You know, at the end of the day, I took this fight on 7 days' notice. I stepped up 2 weight, and guys, I did it for yous, I did it for Newcastle, I did it for the Australian boxing public. I love fighting, and I love just giving everyone a show.
You've won a great deal of fans. What has the last week and tonight been like for you?
Mate, it's been a memory of a lifetime, and this is where I feel like I belong at my own weight, and I want to go back down to super lightweight and put on fantastic performances again. I got an undefeated knockout ratio at that weight, and that's what I want to continue to do. But like I said, I did this for the fans, and they needed a fight this week. So thank you to No Limit, and thank you to my team. And look, like many have said before, the hype is real. Tim's a quality opponent, and thank him enough for the opportunity. And everyone back home in Toowoomba, thank you guys. You all showed up and supported me, and I can't thank you all enough. And I'll be back in the ring real soon.
What is it like being in the opposite corner to Tszyu? What's that experience like?
Mate, it was amazing, and I'm glad that my name gets to go down in his resume. He's a future world champion, that bloke, and I'm glad I got to share the ring with him. And this is an experience that I'm going to take for a long, long time in my career, and this is only going to help me build and mature. And the media, the build-up, the quality opponent, this all grows you as a fighter, and I'm glad for the opportunity. I know when Stephen Sparks back in the ring, you're going to see a different beast on this one. Give me a full training camp and my own weight, and I'll put on a classic performance.
There's going to be a lot of people watching next time you get into a professional boxing ring. Who do you want to fight next?
Look, this fight does not affect my career one bit, I believe. I'll go back down to super lightweight, and there's amazing fights out there for me in this division. I'm still the top dog at super lightweight and still at welterweight, so I'm excited for some massive fights at that weight. And Australia, I promise you, I am going to win a world title, so get behind me and support me, because at my weight, I will win a world title. I will.
Stevie Spark, thank you for saving the show. Congratulations on your performance right through the course of the week, and we can't wait to see you again soon.
Thank you, Australia. Enough, and my team, Brendan Smith, my manager, trainer, everyone back home, everyone that travelled down. I have some great sponsors. It's been a hell of a ride, and I'll see you all very soon back on Main Event.
That's Stevie Spark.
All right, we can mute right there. Interesting. So Ben Damon also, this is Ben Damon right here. You should check out the interview that Big J, my colleague, did with him a couple of days ago. And basically, Tszyu's team, they're targeting PBC fighters. Jarrett Swift Hurd, former WBA and IBF unified champion, was in deep discussions to take on Tszyu in Australia. So where did Danny Garcia's name come from? Former 140-pound and 147-pound champion. There's something tells me there's some talks there, and that's very PBC-ish. Danny Garcia is a PBC Premier Boxing Champions fighter. You can say that the largest boxing stable in boxing right now, and arguably the most powerful stable in boxing right now because of the titles and how they hold weight in pretty much all of the boxing divisions and sanctioning bodies. So that's interesting. But also, Danny Garcia is a 147-pound fighter. Yes, he's been saying he wants to go to 154, But Danny Garcia, in my opinion, I'm from Philadelphia. I've interviewed Danny Garcia about over a dozen times. I have classic content on the channel from his father. It would be a hell of a build-up. I do say that. Danny Garcia, Angel Garcia in Australia. But I'm not sure, you know, because it's still a 147-pounder. Danny Garcia has not had not one fight or proven at 154 pounds. And it's just going to add to, you know, my colleague calling Tszyu a vulture, you know, beating up on smaller fighters. So in my personal opinion, he should fight this guy right here. He's taking pictures with the ring girls. You go, Tszyu. You go, Tszyu. He should fight this guy right here, Magomedov, because he will likely be ordered, him and Tszyu will likely be ordered to be the WBO mandatory for Charlo and Castano winner. Now, understand, a lot of casual fans, is not your fault, don't understand that Tszyu is not the mandatory. He's not the #1 contender. He's ranked #1. Charlo, Castano don't have to fight him unless they choose to fight him. My way, like Stevie Spark was getting some hands in on Tszyu, bro. But the power, the size, and just let's go ahead and say it, Tszyu just is a better fighter. Was ripping him apart. But anyway, we're going to save the rest of the big discussion for when me and my colleague get on in about another 10 minutes or so. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please take your time out, like the video, subscribe. We cover every single Tszyu fight until he now retires. Please subscribe.